Hello and welcome to Blimey TV. I'm sitting there after Carlisle have just lost at home 1-0 to Leyton Orient in the EFL League 2, and that has got to be one of the most painful 2 hours for quite a while, because that performance was just shambolic from every angle. You know, I've started to notice something from these last few games. You come to Carlisle, or you play Carlisle, you just need to play the basics and you've won. If you get basic defence right, basic attacking qualities, you will win. You know, you don't have to have anything special to beat us. You just need to come, not make mistakes, and just you don't even need to really go for it anymore, because we'll make stupid mistakes like we did in the 86th minute, I believe, something like that. And that's what's going to happen, and that's what is happening at the minute, because it's stupid mistakes like that. And look, we dominated the game for the first half and most of the second half as well, but that means absolutely nothing if we can't score, and we can't. You know, Zanzala's the other one that's been scoring lately, and I can't even blame him for tonight, because he didn't have a bad game. He didn't get the ball. You've got Gimme Toure on the wing, who, you know, he does the flicks and the tricks, and then he has no end product and no cross. He can tick past a man, but he can't do anything with it. And another thing that really pissed me off today was that the centre backs, both centre backs, I think, I didn't know what they were doing at times, because they would do a little turn around a man that was really dangerous, and you'd think, right, you've pulled that off, and then they'd pass it back to the goalkeeper. Like, what is the point in doing them little tricks around attackers? Why are you taking that risk if you're not even going to pass it forward? Because if you're going to do that, if you're going to pass it back to your keeper, just pass it back to your keeper. Don't do that little spin that you're doing. Aaron Hayden was the biggest example of that. Reece Bennett, I think, didn't do great for our goal, and Paul Farman just running off his line, gets chipped from about 20 yards out, and it's a great goal from Leyton Orient's perspective. But look, Leyton Orient were really, really poor today, and but they didn't need to be good, because they just needed to not make mistakes at the back, which they didn't, and they just needed to have one moment up front. And look, that moment shouldn't have came. If Farman he can come off his line, but not as quickly as he did. And I feel sorry for Farman, to be honest with you, because I think goalkeepers will get a lot of stick. But it was really shambolic today. I think Callum Guy was probably the man of the match today. He didn't play. It wasn't his best game, but he played decently well. Dean Furman, I thought, was really weird, because he'd go through 5 minutes at the start, he was awful. The rest of the first half, he was one of our better players, and then he sort of just drifted off after that into relative obscurity. Nick Anderton, average. But the thing is, Nick Anderton's meant to be the leader in this team. He's the captain, and you can only assume that he's the captain for a reason. But he doesn't show any leadership qualities at all on the pitch. And look, I've seen on Twitter, a lot of people saying Beach out. You know, Chris Beach needs a sack. But whether that's the right thing or not, it's not going to happen. He's just been signed onto a new, I think, 2-year contract. Whether you like it or not, he's not going to get sacked. He's just not, because the club haven't bought any players for God knows how long. What makes you think that they have the money to sack a manager, especially a manager that's just signed a new long-term contract? So what us as Carlisle fans kind of need to do is just accept mid-table mediocrity for this year and hope that maybe you can build on it for next year. Because look, it's really bad at the minute. It really is, but it's not as bad as where we were under Stephen Presley. And that run at the start of the season has given us the cushion to make sure that nothing drastic happens like relegation. Like, we're nowhere near the relegation battle. But because fans have been given the hope of promotion, it's the hope that kills you, as I say. And that's what it really is. That's what it really is at the minute, because you know, we're going into the bottom half now, and that, from where we were just a few months ago, that's shocking. You know, what has gone wrong? Because something must have gone wrong. And another thing, Chris Beach, I know he said, as I've just said, he can't be sacked and he won't be, but why not make it? If there was ever a match you need to make a substitution in, it's that one, and it's just frustrating because that's a match where Leyton Orient aren't offering much, and neither are we, and they're there for the taking, and what we've got on at the minute clearly isn't working, so why not change it up? It doesn't make any sense. I think put Patrick on, he makes a difference. I think Luis Alessandro didn't have a great game. Gimme Toure, just he can do his little flicks and tricks and little skill moves, but if it doesn't come to anything, it doesn't matter. And that's a theme I've noticed, because Luis Alessandro did it a few times. He'll do something that looks good on the eye, and then give the ball away straight away, and it's just absolute nonsense. But look, it's really poor today, and we've got top of the league Cambridge. No, not top of the league. Second, I believe. Second in the league, Cambridge, coming up next. And I don't hold any hope out for that game at all. As soon as it got to half time today, I knew we were going to lose because we hadn't scored in our best half, and we dominated that first half, didn't get anything from it, so it doesn't matter, and we can only drop off from there like we have done. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say for today. Really, really shocking, but there's nothing you can do. It's just really, really bad. But yeah, there's a certain thing. Look on the bright side. I know it's very difficult to do that at the minute, but there's a certain bliss with being in midfield. You're too good. You can't go down. You can't go up. There's no pressure on anything, and hopefully that when that does happen, that's when we can sort of build back. I'm really clutching at straws here. I realise that because there isn't any positives to take out of that game, apart from maybe we've only really dropped 1 point because we were never going to get the free. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say for today. In a bit.